Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Outer Rim Cantina. My name's Alan, and today I'm here to give my breakdown and review of this week's episode of The Mandalorian. Chapter 6, titled The Prisoner, opens up with the Razor Crest arriving at a space station. The ship docks, and the Mando steps out to meet a man named Ranzer Malk, who's old friends with the Mando. Malk offers the Mando a job that requires a crew, and he's introduced to Mayfeld, who's played by Ben Burr, who's an ex-Imperial sharpshooter and leader of the team. He then meets a Davronian named Berg, a Twi'lek mercenary named Xion, or Xion. It's spelled X-I-A-N, so it's kind of just however you want to pronounce that is good. I'm not exactly sure the official pronunciation. I don't really remember how it was pronounced in the show, but there we go. Who the Mando has had a history with, and he finally meets a droid named Zero. Once the crew is assembled, they set out in the Razor Crest to board a New Republic prison ship to free one of Malk's associates. Zero pilots the Razor Crest and monitors everything from the cockpit, while the Mando and the rest of the crew board the prison ship. As the crew makes their way through the ship, they become increasingly wary of the Mando until they see him take out 4 New Republic security droids single-handedly. After that, they no longer question his skill up until they reach the control center of the ship. Inside is a single New Republic officer, who happens to be played by Matt Lanter. Mayfeld's first instinct is to kill the soldier to avoid any witnesses, but the Mando stops him when the officer pulls out a tracking beacon and threatens to activate it, which would send a New Republic attack squad to their location. After a short argument between the Mando and Mayfeld, Xion puts an end to the officer with one of her throwing knives. Unfortunately for the crew, the officer activated the beacon before he died. With their time on the ship cut short, they quickly find out which cell their associate is locked up in and head that way. When they arrive, it's revealed that they're busting out a male Twi'lek named Quinn, Xion's older brother. Once Quinn is out of the cell, the others shove the Mando inside and lock the door, betraying him and leaving him for dead on the prison ship. Before the crew is able to make it back to the Razor Crest, the Mando escapes the cell and goes back to the control room, where he puts the ship in lockdown and hunts each member of the crew down one by one. We get to see some really cool action sequences of the Mando fighting each of the other bounty hunters before he finally makes it to where the Razor Crest is docked and finds Quinn about to climb aboard. The Mando stops him, and Quinn eventually gives up when the Mando tells him that he killed the other bounty hunters. While that was happening on board the prison ship, inside the Razor Crest, Baby Yoda had gotten free of the small space the Mando had locked him in, and he went exploring. He finds Zero in the cockpit and quickly hides himself away when the droid picks up his blaster and begins hunting him. Baby Yoda makes it back to the hidey hole, but Zero finds him there. Just when the droid is about to blast Baby Yoda, he reaches his little hand up and tries to use the Force on the droid like he did on the Mudhorn in Episode 2. Before the droid can blast Baby Yoda, the Mando climbs back aboard and destroys Zero, bringing Quinn back to Ranzer Malk on the station as promised so he can get paid. Once the Mando gets his credits and leaves the station, Malk orders a gunship to kill him before he can escape. But before the ship launches, Quinn discovers that he'd been planted with the New Republic tracker before the Mando took off. As he makes his escape, 3 X-Wings come out of hyperspace and fly towards the station, destroying the gunship and everyone inside the hangar. The episode then ends with a cut back to the prison ship, where we see that the Mando didn't kill the other hunters from the crew, he simply knocked them out and put them in a prison cell. All in all, this episode had a lot of great action and fight sequences, and all of the cameos put a smile on my face, with Ben Burr as Mayfeld, Matt Lanter showing up as the New Republic soldier, and the 3 X-Wing pilots at the end being played by Dave Filoni, Rick Famuyiwa, I'm probably mispronouncing that so I apologize, and Deborah Cho, the directors of the first 3 episodes of The Mandalorian. This was one of my favorite episodes because of all the different characters involved, getting to see the live-action Twi'leks and Davronian, and of course getting to see just a bit more of the New Republic. The visual effects and acting were all top-notch as usual, and the New Republic security droids looked like something straight out of Legends, so that's always cool to see. Episode 6 is very good, and I give it an 8.5 out of 10. Episodes 3 and 4 are still my favorites, but there's still 2 more left in this season, so we'll see if they're able to top Mandos flying in on jetpacks and an AT-ST that's actually scary. That's all I've got to say about Chapter 6 of The Mandalorian, titled The Prisoner. As always, I'd love to know what you think of the episode down in the comments. We're getting ever closer to the Rise of Skywalker, so the content on the channel will be ramping up more in the next couple of weeks. If you enjoyed this, I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a like on the video, as those really do help a small channel like this, and consider subscribing if you want more Outer Rim Cantina content in your subscription feeds every week. That's all the time I've got for today. I'll see you back here in the cantina later this afternoon for another Jedi Fallen Order episode, and on Tuesday for more Star Wars videos. Until then, may the Force be with you.